Hi there. How you doing?
Good, I'm Nick.
I'm David. Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you too.
What brings you in today?
So I'm here on the recommendation of one of my sons. He is a personal finance student at Texas Tech, and he pointed out the fact that we've never really been good at saving money, and he pointed out that I haven't really been thinking about retirement. I'm 52 years old, so retirement. I guess in this world, retirement's a few years away. And I haven't really done much for retirement, so here to kind of talk about that, just see where I stand, and then on top of that, just kind of get a better picture of where I'm at financially.
Well, what do you currently do for a living right now?
So I'm a petroleum engineer with Shell at the moment. I make pretty good money, make about 250, 300K a year, and I don't know, like our lifestyle is expensive, we like to spend, a lot of the time, like at the end of the month, like at the bank account, like the bank balance will be at, close to zero.
Okay.
So we make a lot of money, but we also spend a lot of money. I also have a wife, but she couldn't make it. She had to go to a doctor's appointment for her kidney.
Okay.
She's a kidney transplant recipient, so she couldn't make it, unfortunately. Her name is Patricia, and she's 47 if you want to write that down too.
Okay.
Yeah.
She's 47. She's a kidney transplant?
Yeah, she had a kidney transplant.
Oh, she had a kidney transplant.
Yeah, so she always has doctor's appointments and all that. And make sure that she's in good health.
What does she do for a living?
She's a stay-at-home mom. She looks after. Well, she used to look after the kids, but our kids are in college now. So it's just her at home now, and I don't know. She just kind of hangs around, and does her thing.
Okay.
Yeah, I don't know if you know what that's like, but she's a stay-at-home mom.
Yeah, I know. My wife, she's a stay-at-home mom too. I kind of do this stuff too. Yeah. But anyway, what exactly do you spend? So you said you make about $200 to $3,000 a year, correct?
Yes.
And you spend almost all of that.
Yeah. So
what do you exactly spend a lot of your money on?
It's a good question. So I'm obviously like the mortgage. A house is pay about $3,000 a month for the mortgage. Okay.
It's a pretty nice house.
It's actually a small house, but the area where it's at, it's funny enough. I work for Shell, but our competitor ExxonMobil just kind of like they moved nearby in the area, and so like because of that, like the housing market around went up. So we wanted to live in the area beforehand, and just that one thing happened, and then we had to pay more for the house. But it's an alright house,
So are you in the because I know Houston
area?
Houston area.
Yeah. Okay. I live in the Houston area. Yeah.
Okay.
Spring technically. But yeah.
So I know you told me that you have a mortgage payment of about $3,000. Yeah. And you're basically wanting to, and your son is, he's a finance major at Texas Tech.
Yeah, I mean he's just a student though, so that's why I'm here. He told me to come here, but I trust the kid, but at the same time, it's like he doesn't have a what's it called the CF something.
CFP.
CFP. Yeah, you have your CFP now.
I do. Yeah, I got it about 5 or 6 years ago.
There you go. See, yeah. So I just wanted to get like an actual, someone who's been in the industry for a while. And I'm sure that I'm pretty sure you're going to confirm what my son says, but don't know until you actually do it.
Yeah, so retirement is, obviously, you said you're not really thinking about that too much, or you just haven't put anything into it? Because those are kind of two separate questions.
So I haven't really thought about it, so I mean, I guess it's because of the way that we grew up. So my wife and I were from Colombia. Okay. And, we grew up really poor, and so my son kind of helped us realize that too, but, just when you grow up that way, and like you start making money, it's like you don't have enough money for this, for that, whatever. Right. As you start making money, you start to buy the things that you never had. It's just I guess the creature comforts of life and all that. So it's just been that way. I started out making almost nothing. I had to use credit cards when I first started out, and I've gone from that to where I'm at now. And so
what did you do when you first came to the United States?
Well, I've been a petroleum engineer from the beginning. Okay. But I started at the bottom. Okay. I managed to put myself through school, started at the bottom, and then like every year my money my income would go up. But as my income would go up, so would my expenses. It wasn't like a huge increase, but it was like a subtle one to where we could afford one other extra thing, and then that just kept adding over the years. If that makes any sense? Right. And it's just here I am now. But
So if you don't mind me asking, how long have you been in the United States from Colombia?
I've been here for about 30
30 years?
25.
Okay.
Years. Yeah, I lost track, honestly. It's been a while.
Okay.
I'm more American now than I am Colombian, if you can tell. Yeah.
So, were you an engineer in Colombia, or was that?
Started out in Colombia.
Okay.
Yeah. I was
then you
from the
transferred
start.
over here.
Yeah, so I worked for Halliburton at the time.
Okay.
And they transferred me and the family over to California, and then worked for them for about 20 years, and then the rest of the time I've been with Shell.
Okay.
Yeah.
So, retirement is pretty crucial, and you said you're 52.
52. That's right.
52. Okay. So you're getting close. When do you want to retire? Like, when do you plan on doing so?
So, as soon as possible. I guess my oldest, he has like a semester left till he graduates. Got another kid who goes to Arkansas. He's a sophomore, so he's got probably 3 more years.
Do you have any other kids?
No,
just those two.
Just them two.
Okay.
And
what are their names, if you don't mind me asking?
It's Santi. He's the one in Arkansas. He's the youngest. And then the other one, his name is Helver.
Helver?
Yeah.
Okay.
I know, it's an interesting name.
That's a cool name.
Yeah.
Is it Colombian?
The name just sounded nice. I think I had an uncle whose name and it just stuck. But yeah. So it's them two, and I think once they're done, I'd like to see if I can retire. And we're very Hispanic, and so I think my wife and I, we kind of hope that our kids will be able to help us out as well.
Okay.
At the moment, I only have since my kid brought this up, I have maybe 80,000 saved up in the company 401k.
That was actually my next question. Was asking how much you have saved up until. So you only have $80,000 saved up
in the 401k. That's right. 401k.
Okay.
Yeah, and no other savings. No.
Is that from your work, or is that just something you've done on your own?
It's from work. It's a company 401k. Yeah.
Okay.
So
do you know if your employer matches?
They do match. So it's I believe 100% match up to 3%, and then they do I think 50 all the way up to 5%, if I'm not mistaken. I'll have to verify that.
Okay.
But yeah, and I put in. I think I'm doing the maximum contribution.
Every year?
Yeah, every year.
Okay. So if you've done 100% match up to, you said 3% of up to 100K?
100% up to 3%, and then 50% match up to 5% of my income.
Okay. Well, I think.
And that's what I put into my 401k is after the matter. I put the maximum in, obviously.
Right.
I'd like to put, I think I'm gonna have to put more in, because I'm 52. So if I want to retire, Social Security, I don't know if it's gonna be around in the future. So I want to be conservative and say that it's not going to be, because that way, if it is, well, good for me. I have this extra cushion.
Right. If you don't mind me, I'm just gonna do a quick calculation real quick.
Yeah, go for it.
Just to see how much you could be matching for your 401k.
Alright.
So 3%, you said. So 100% of 3% of your salary.
Yeah.
So that's about $6,000 of the low end of the 200k.
Right.
Okay. And then so the match, so you put 6k in. They put 6k in too, so we total about $12,000 a year.
Mm-hmm. Plus, and then there's then they match 50% up to 5% of
50% of 5%. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, of your salary. Okay.
Yes.
Okay, and that's about. You said 50k.
I'm sorry.
Up to 50k, $50,000.
50% up to
50%. Okay.
Yeah, 50%. So the first 3% of my income, if I put in 3% of my income, they'll match 3%. They'll match the full, and then after that, from the 4 and 5%, the company will match half of that.
Okay, so you're looking at about $10,000 per year from your match. So if you put in $10,000 as well, that's $20,000 per year in your 401k.
Yeah.
So only having do you know if you've sold portion of your 401k before? Because you only have $81,000, so
yeah,
it kind of doesn't match up unless you're only working for about 4 years or so.
Yeah, so I did have when I worked for Halliburton, I kind of saved up a little bit over the years, but I took all that out and I used it to buy an apartment in Colombia.
Okay.
So we have property in Colombia as well as the house here in the States. Yeah. And I was just kind of thinking that could be like my retirement home when I retire. Just go back to Colombia with the family and, have that apartment that paid off. And it's actually paid off now. Yeah, it's paid off.
Oh, that's fantastic.
Yeah, so.
What does your family think about your plan, or have you told them yet?
I mean, you mean like my wife?
Right. Well, I guess your kids are kind of out of the house now.
Yeah. So obviously the family in Colombia would like it because I only get this. They're over there, I'm over here in the States, and plane tickets during the holidays can be expensive sometimes. But they're for it. However, recently I've kind of reconsidered it just because the political atmosphere around the world is it's not what it used to be, and in Colombia we can be very I think we're leaning more towards socialism in a way, and I don't know if I want to spend my retirement years in a socialist country. Right.
So you have already taken out some of your 401k to buy this property or this apartment in Colombia.
Yeah.
So how much did you spend on that, if you don't mind me asking?
The apartment?
Yes, on the apartment.
I want to say it was 150,000, 180, somewhere in there.
Okay.
It's been a few years.
So, and you're saying you're not quite sure how much, you're not quite sure if you fully want to go back to Colombia.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Okay.
So that means I may end up selling it obviously at one point. So I guess you could say that comes to a retirement asset.
Okay.
But I'm not sure. It just depends. It's a nice apartment, honestly. We can get a lot of bang for the buck in Colombia.
Right.
But that all remains to be seen. As to what the end will look like.
So basically, all right. So you're not quite sure, how important retirement is. You're wanting to retire at an early age. Your kids are in school, and the one at Texas Tech is trying to convince you, or not really convince you, but he's trying to.
He's essentially convinced me that I need to come speak to you because I guess I don't really know what I'm doing. I guess I just thought it was I put some money aside over the years, but I never thought about retirement. It's very it's very different.
Right.
I just kind of lived life, and I work a lot, man. I'm pretty tired now. I'm 52. I get home from work and the oil industry itself is kind of unreliable right now. It's up in there. It's risky.
Right.
And so I've been fortunate to I haven't lost my job. But so I've taken up a lot of extra work to make sure that I'm valuable to the company. But the cost has been I come home from work and I'm defeated. I just go to bed and I work and all that.
So I know you told me that you aren't entirely sure. You said you wanted to retire as early as possible.
Yeah, because I'm just so tired right now. I'm good at what I do, but
what do you think would be a realistic age that you want to retire by? Because I know you said you have about $80,000 in your 401k.
Mm-hmm.
That is a little bit lower than what we would like for someone, just in general. Because I think you need to have quite a bit more, honestly. Maybe like 500. Obviously, if you sold your apartment in Colombia, that'd put
after taxes,
2 times the amount that's in your account right now.
Mm-hmm.
I think we probably need to double that. Maybe get around a couple $1 million in there. Maybe not double that. Sorry, I was kind of.
$2 million for retirement?
You need probably $2 million in retirement for you to be comfortable, and that might be with some. So if you wanted to keep your current lifestyle,
right.
You said you spend a lot of money. Is your house almost paid off?
No. Got the house like 2-3 years ago.
Okay.
Yeah, so it's still pretty new. We actually have 2 mortgages for it. Actually.
Okay.
So we have a balloon one and then like a regular one.
So I would have to go for next meeting. I would need to go do some calculations to see. Where we stand. I don't really want to give you a concrete number right now.
Mm-hmm.
But if I had to kind of guesstimate, I probably think you'd need around $5 million in your retirement.
If I want to maintain my current lifestyle?
Maintain your current lifestyle.
Right.
Obviously, if you downsize or sold off your home or, but you also have to keep in mind that your kids are also in school too.
Yeah.
And you did say that you wanted they would kind of help you out.
Yeah, because I like to think that I raised them in the traditional Hispanic way, where
right.
I support them. A lot of my money goes towards them. I pay for their education, I pay for their cars. They don't pay for nothing. And so I'm kind of hoping that they'll pick up, like help out a little bit out of, just
Right.
love.
Well, I am not too, I guess, versed with how that is to go.
Mm-hmm.
So I would probably need to maybe ask someone that would know a little bit more about the, I guess, Hispanic culture.
Okay.
Because
it's different for Americans.
right,
isn't it?
right.
Yeah,
That's different because for your typical American family, once kids are at house, they're kind of on their own. Obviously, a lot like try to help back on their phone, but it's not really expected.
Yeah.
What do your kids think about that?
My oldest is all for it. He's all for it. I mean,
okay,
he's all for it. He's happy to help. And I told him that like I know, for example, I have some colleagues who, like their kids turn 18, they just kick them out of the house, whatever. But not me. Like we're a family. It's very.
That's fantastic.
Yeah.
It sounds like you guys are a very close knit family.
Yeah.
It sounds like you guys are willing to help each other. It sounds like you guys have a lot of good in your family. But this retirement aspect does kind of concern me a little bit.
Right.
Because especially if you're wanting to retire as soon as you can.
Mm-hmm.
I personally, like I said, I'd have to go and look at just punch in some numbers to kind of calculate some more things. But I think, I think it'd probably be another, 10-ish years you're able to retire. Then once you hit 67, there's some added benefits with Social Security and stuff with that too.
67. That's.
So they're
that's
15,
more than 10
16
years away. Yeah.
Right.
I don't know if I can survive that long with my working condition.
Okay, so we can. So yeah, like I said, if you get around 20-ish K per year for retirement, like I said, I'd have to calculate some more numbers. I think we'd have to. I'd have to get back to you on those numbers.
Okay.
Well, I think. Do you know how much liquid assets you have right now?
So liquid assets? No. I mean, the kids' cars. That's theirs after college.
Okay.
We just got it. We just leased a brand new car. We have an Audi and paying about $800 a month for that. And then there really just isn't a lot. Like liquid assets. Like the house is still pretty new too. The apartment in Columbus is, I guess, the only thing that would be liquid.
Okay. The 150K.
Yeah, and then my 401k isn't. Pretty sure that's not liquid, right? I can't just take that out.
I mean, you can sell parts of it. I think there's a process to sell it.
Are there any fees associated with taking money off from my 401k if I wanted to?
There is a fee for taking it out like right now, but I think you can. I would have to go and look at my notes and stuff.
Okay.
But because I don't want to tell you some wrong information.
Okay, well that's alright. I respect that. Yeah.
So you were saying that you have a $3,000 mortgage.
$800 car payment.
$800 car payment.
I'm also paying my kids' cars. That's an extra like $1,200 a month right there.
Okay.
And then there's utilities. I don't know how much utilities really are. And what else is this? Real estate taxes are another thing that's kind of been a pain in the butt lately for me. Didn't really think about them when we got the house, and so we got hit with a tax bill that we were not expecting. But we're currently paying that off monthly, and also paying the kids' education. It's for tech alone. It's like what I'm paying about $25K a year. In Arkansas, we have to pay out-of-state tuition.
Right. It's expensive, I know.
It's expensive, yeah.
Do they have any scholarships of any sort?
No, actually, no, they don't. I wanted them to, but I guess, just in high school, they were just living the life and didn't really.
What is your kid at Arkansas currently studying?
He's studying mechanical engineering, but he's talking about switching to software engineering.
Okay. Is he also talking about like helping you out with your?
So the youngest kid, I think so, but not
as concrete as your other one.
To be honest, I don't really know. He was younger when we moved to the U.S., so he's grown up more in the American sense, where it's like
once you're out of the house, you're out of the house.
Yeah, like
really
be on your own.
Much.
Yeah, like be independent, not worry about anyone else.
Okay.
Not to say he wouldn't. He's from what my son tells me, because my two kids are pretty close together. The oldest tells me that he's not opposed to it. He's grateful for the life that we've given him.
Okay.
Growing up, I think most kids would look at them and say, "Wow, like I wish my parents were like that." So.
Okay. Well, what I am going to say is, I want you, whenever we leave this meeting, I want you to, what I want you to do.
Well, before you say that, I just want to add one more thing. I mean, once they're done with college, though, like, you know, my kid already has a job lined up.
Okay.
So I'll be taking over his car payment, and no student loans. And so I think that's 25K-ish a year, maybe 30
Okay.
with the car payment that I'll have extra money. So I think it'll be, once they're out of college, I really think will be the best time to save for retirement, but I just don't know.
Okay. Well, I will be going in and, well, like I said, I told you I was going to be punching some numbers, trying to get this all figured out. But in the meantime, before our next meeting, I want you to get a cash flow statement and a balance sheet of all your, like what you're spending every single month. I know you told me a little bit what you spend, but you said you also spend almost everything you earn.
Yeah, just miscellaneous stuff and.
Right. So I want you to get a balance sheet for me and the income statement.
Is that something that you're gonna send me? Because I've never really done that before.
So I can actually send you an email based off like some things that you can, like it's probably stuff that you'd probably have to ask your bank, and you know there's a bunch of forms.
Okay.
That I could help you find some of these things. But yeah, I probably need to know a little bit more information to give you a more concrete answer, because obviously savings could go into your retirement too. You could add some more, whatever you don't spend. But yeah, I think that'd be good for what we can do for the next time.
All right, sounds good with me.
Do you have any questions for me today?
Honestly, no. I think it was a really good, productive first conversation. And from what you told me, I think my son, you confirmed what my son said, that I need to hop on this retirement thing.
Right, because the earlier you kind of get on this, the earlier you can retire.
Yeah, he said something like that too. He said, that like time is starting to not be my friend anymore.
Right, time is not going to be your friend.
Yeah, so he's right there. But yeah, no, that's it. That's all I have.
Sounds good. I appreciate you coming in today, and we'll talk again next time.
Sounds good. Thank you.